Just taking a little break. Power of the pen. You know what, people? You know what? I was up late last night working on something, and I saw this guy, man, and he had his fist raised up, and he was just crying. He was just bawling, crying. He was just crying, and he was crying, and I was like, man, what is he talking about? Like, why is this guy crying? And he was the only one. It was just him in his car. And it was at night and it was dark. And he was just crying. And he had his fist up. And I couldn't make out what he was saying. And then I had to get a little closer and I started to pay attention to what he was saying. And what he was, because when you're crying, it's like, what are you trying to say? So he was crying. And what he was saying was, he said, and with his fist raised up, he said, say her name. And he was just crying. Like, I can feel his heart and his passion. It made me want to cry. I was touched, man. I was like, damn it, man, what's going on here? And he was a white man. See, people care about people. People first. Human beings first. See, all lives should be mattering. See, people know that was wrong. I was really touched by that, man. I was like, man, what is this guy crying for, man? I was like, what the heck? And he was just crying and crying. And I was like, damn, did he lose his mother? Did he lose his wife? Did he lose his sister? What just happened? And apparently he got the verdict of Breonna Taylor, and he just couldn't believe it. Just broke his heart. And he had his fist raised up, and he was in his car by himself, and he was crying, saying, say her name. Say her name. He was just crying. I was like, man. I felt his pain. Like, I can feel that I felt his pain, and it made me want to cry. It was sad. It was just sad. It was just sad to see. See, he knew that was wrong. All right. There's a couple things I want to point out about this case. One, there was a $12 million settlement that's not going around, that's not publicized. $12 million settlement. Now, come on, ladies and gentlemen. We all know if someone settles for $12 million, that they're not admitting guilt, but they're guilty, guilty, guilty. Why are you paying someone $12 million? If you didn't do anything, the justice system is going to be fair and equal and liberty for all, and all these things, right? In due process, why was there a $12 million settlement? See? So there's that. See, that's how justice is served in this country with these things. Unfortunately, it's the only way. I mean, it makes sense. I mean, it wasn't a million. I mean, a lot of settlements, they're $1 million, but this one was $12 million. So that's a fact. So let's make that plain. So second, the witness, knock, knock. This is the police. I don't like to use terms people don't understand, and they try to, I want to make it plain. So there was a witness. There was one witness that said, hey, in this case, that said, hey, you know what? Yeah, I did hear the police knock, but this is what you don't know. And this is what they're not telling us. See, this same witness that heard the police knock. So, oh yeah, I heard them knock. Oh yeah, oh yeah, I heard it. Oh yeah. They announced themselves. Oh yeah. That same witness had two different statements prior to being the key witness of saying, oh yeah, the police were here. Oh yeah, I heard a knock. Oh yeah, oh yeah. So there's that. That's beyond reasonable doubt. That's questionable. That's political. That's, what are we doing, right? I mean, there's question there. At the very least, there's issue of concern, and there's issue of like testimony, the truthfulness of it, and are you lying then, or are you lying now, or what's going on? So there's that. So that's questionable. And here's another big question. Oh my gosh, that was the only evidence. That was the only witness. Why am I saying that? Why are you saying that, Courtney? Because there was several other witnesses that said the exact opposite, but their testimonies Their what they seen, their statements of facts were not included in the case. So now you tell me if this was political. You tell me if something was wrong with that. So you got one witness that's saying one thing, and then we're finding out it might have been different, and he has two different statements that are not 100% the same. And then you have several witnesses, 3, 4, 5, 6, several witnesses that say, no, the police did knock first. No, they just went in there. No, it was. There's several witnesses saying that, you know what, it didn't happen like how they said it happened. Let me repeat that. There are several witnesses that weren't taken into account that said it didn't happen like how the police said it happened. See? So now that we have all the facts, and these are facts, this is not my opinion. See, now that we have all those facts, see, now what's going on? See, now, people are looking guilty. And in that $12 million cover-up, things aren't right, man. See? We got to use this, man. The power of our pen has to be awesome. See? Say her name. Breonna Taylor. What we can do is we can do our best, man. When we see something wrong, when you see something wrong, say something. Do something about it. Take action. Don't continue to allow the powers that be to get away with racial injustice, racial crimes, any crime. Martin Luther King Jr. was right. An injustice anywhere is an injustice everywhere. I got to get back to what I'm doing. I'm out. And it starts with this, people.